Hello, hello. This is Allison hypnotherapist coming to you from Portland, Oregon, USA. And I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in today and listening to this beautiful session from a client who I believe it's his third visit with me and spread out over a number of years. He's a powerhouse in the world, but in a more subtle kind of insular way, or not insular. He's not out there out in the public so much. And I think he's going to be very soon based on the information that he's getting in his session today and what he's been preparing for. But we both felt that this session was pretty amazing, and I certainly wanted to share it with you all out there because it's not only beautiful, the imagery is amazing, but the information I believe is very moving and powerful and hope filled. So let's see. I'm going to give a thank you really quick to my client. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this session. And I hope it helps everybody out there. And also, thank you all for tuning in. Like I said, I can't do this work without any of you. You share these sessions, you bring people to me by sharing them, you listen to them, you like and subscribe to my videos. And that's why I've been able to do this work for 10 years. So thank you all so much. And if you're interested in a session, believe me, I have openings all the time. I think I send out these email blasts to clients who are interested in sessions, letting them know that my bookings are open. But I think they all go to they all go to junk mail. And I know that's where all my emails go now. The iPhone's really good at setting that up. So anyway, I have a bunch of openings for you if you're interested in sessions. If you are not interested in session, just enjoy this information. Let it shift or adjust you or interest you and excite you. All right, let's begin. And I usually read both sides of the session, the client's part and my part, but I wanted to set the scene for you. My client has arrived at a beach and it's kind of deserted. It's more tropical. It's a beautiful day. He doesn't know where he is. He feels like he just washed ashore. And that feeling really does permeate the next 10 or so minutes of this session. And he starts to get more and more anxiety that he's here on this beach and on this little island alone. And he starts to realize that he was, in fact, shipwrecked. He was on a ship, there was a storm, a lot of his crew was washed overboard. He was not. And he was able to get on a boat, one of those little dinghies, and make it to this island. As he searches around, he's searching for maybe other survivors, and he doesn't find anybody. He starts to realize, okay, I'm here alone. I may never be able to leave. And he starts to worry. He starts to realize I better get some stuff together, fire, shelter, let alone food, but definitely water, fresh water. And so we're searching around this island and finally we find, running water and a waterfall. And he thinks, I'm going to go explore behind this waterfall. And so that's where we really start the session. He realizes, there's sand behind the waterfall, there's a cave, and he's going to build fire there. And once he builds this fire, he realizes there's paintings on the wall. They're white, like a crude, like stick figures almost. And there's an elk or deer, four-legged animal. And there's also symbols that he doesn't recognize. I wonder how deep this goes. We've got to bring a light with us, though. Yeah, this cave actually goes pretty deep. There's an indoor pool, like a lake. It's pretty small, but the water's really cold. And I can see really far away in the water. There's actually some light coming underneath the water, almost like I could swim through, maybe swimming even through the cave. So what happens next? I'm swimming and there's like a little room. I can see things shining. The light's coming from a crystal. There's crystals all through here. They're huge. What color are they? They emanate light. They flicker rainbow colors. It's almost like the aurora borealis, but very faint and only at certain angles. And they're in 45-degree angles coming through the rock. It's like a web, like a matrix of them. They're huge, and I can feel a vibration coming from them. It's soothing. I think that's why there's nothing else here. There's something with this. I don't know what it is. It's like I just feel like it's pure energy in some way or shape. I don't know how to describe it other than I can feel it vibrating my body. It feels really good. Would you like to physically connect to the crystals if you haven't already? I'm walking through them already. It goes forever. I guess that's what it feels like. Have you touched them yet? Yeah, when I touch them, I don't know how to describe the feeling. It's almost like time stops for a second. There's something really powerful about these things. They're connected to something bigger than what I understand. Let's see if you can communicate with them. It may not be verbally, it may be more telepathic. But what happens when you try that? Oh, I can see images like videos that show. It's showing different civilizations right now. I'm seeing one with a lot of white marble everywhere and water. Yeah, these people are masters of water. That's why they use this somehow. I think this was, I don't know the term. There's a bunch of information stored here, like millions of years of information. And yeah, you can access it, but I don't know if it was originally there or not. As I try to connect to it, the colors I see are really cool. Green, blue, silver, purple. So I focus on one, and there's something to do with this civilization. It's a civilization from a long time ago. This is their history. And there's a bunch of other things I just don't know. It wants to communicate with me, but I don't know how. I'm learning. Okay, let's ask it what it wants you to know. If it wants you to know anything in particular that would help you at this point. This magnifies. You are connected to all the humans. You are connected here, and you can magnify. It's a collective web consciousness, and this magnifies it. One of the many things it could do, it's not just storage. It's like there's some way that it's connected to us. Like, are we crystalline? Let's have them show you. Yeah, it's showing me that there's energetic webs. That's what I'm seeing from the shine coming off of it. It feels weird when I'm connected to it. I feel connected to everything. It's water and crystals. They carry things. They carry information. They carry information through many times. That's where the connections come from. That's why water is so important for humans. Would they like you to what would they like you to do in order to access more information from them? Would they like you to immerse yourself in water, to drink water? You're surrounded by it. Let me go back to the water that I came from. It actually feels different now. It doesn't feel as cold. Yeah, I just want to stay with those crystals. I don't know why. I can't describe the feeling. I was scared before this. I was, but I don't care about any of that now. Yeah, you sound totally different. You were definitely worried before. Okay, so are you back in the water now? Yes. Okay, can you connect to the crystals as well as the water? Or do you need to get back out and connect to the crystals? No, I can. You're right. Yeah, it's like now I can see. I can really see. I can cycle through now. I'm seeing all these different people. I don't know who they are, and I can go and almost access anyone. You can ask the crystals to explain who these beings are, who these people are. Yeah, early humans, a long time ago, thousands and thousands of years ago, tens of thousands of years ago, hundreds of thousands of years ago. And let's ask the crystals why it's important for you to see them, these humans. We began really powerful, more connected to nature. This is how the universe wants you to understand things. It's a connection. This is the connecting point through all these different civilizations that have been wiped out, which I didn't even know until now were wiped out. It's happened multiple times, 7 times, 7 resets. From their perspective, why was a reset necessary and how did it happen? The first civilization was the most powerful. They were the most connected. There's a lot of information here. They were around for a long time, your time. They were around for a very long time. Overconfidence in their abilities of what they thought they understood. Self destruction. They weren't able to connect with each other on a level that was intended. The first civilization was destroyed because of essentially egos. They couldn't agree on anything. They were all individually very powerful, but collectively, they got to a point where they couldn't even understand a simple agreement about what to eat or what to do next or anything, and it just fell apart. The second one was almost the opposite, a strong collective, not strong ego, but they couldn't get anything done. It didn't last very long. It was too connected. There was a lot of apathy and not wanting to basically expand, which is the point of all of this. That's why this record's here. It's part of the evolution. Third one, it took nothing seriously. Nothing. They were the most childlike. Too much was given to them as that civilization grew. They had it too easy. There wasn't enough, not enough to challenge them. And four, this was almost the perfect one. Structure, compassion, understanding. It was thriving, but they trusted the wrong leader. And the decisions that leader made, the decisions one individual made, led to a chain of events. What did that leader do? He was charismatic. He told everybody that he had been sent here. He was incarnated from the previous time to send them to the next phase because he had access to these, the same crystalline matrix. He knew what they had done before, and he used that to basically take whatever he wanted. And it finally caught up to him, and everything crumbled after that. It was chaos because the people that trusted him didn't want to believe he was manipulating. And the people that knew, they caused a civil war. It was brother versus brother. Whoever has access to these crystals, has a big responsibility. And then what happened? Each time, it's not like they're 100% destroyed, but destroyed to the point where it's almost like starting over again. And so there are remnants, these stories that are passed down orally, eventually over generations. It comes back. But after the fourth one, it was pretty bad. I think there might have been a reseeding after this or something. I can't tell the years because years are subjective. We track years differently. There's been many attempts. I didn't know that there was this many. Would they like to tell you how many you may have been involved with since the beginning? This is not my first time here. No, I'm the leader. Oh, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm alone. Okay, would they like to tell you what lessons you're overcoming now? You've always been connected to this. This is the root of your knowledge. This is why you can connect. What you call psychic ability is because you are connected to this group of crystals. That's why you always carry crystals around you, because it connects you to this. You have all of this information at your fingertips to access so that you don't make the same mistakes. Use it to your advantage. What would they like you to do differently this time? How would they like you to use this knowledge? Unify. Your ego is mostly in check, but almost too much. It's okay to be sure of what you can do. Just unify. You've been given a lot of skill. You know what to do. If you have any need for information, you access this. Anything they want to make sure you don't do with this information, do not use it to manipulate free will. Use it to suggest, teach, show. Do not manipulate. Unify. Lead from behind by allowing people to try something and then you correct them, which you have been doing mostly, but anytime you're unsure, access this. Meditate. You don't meditate. You need to access this every day. The only thing you cannot do continually is to not meditate. Connecting to this will give you all the answers you need. Very good. What would they like you to know about this human population that's on the planet right now and where we're at? Anything you don't already know that they want you to be aware of? There's a lot, many, of entranced or captured consciousness type people. Continue down your path. There's many of you that are unlocking that captured consciousness. Be gentle. Don't be judgmental. They'll get there. It's work, but there's many of you. What is your role that they would like you to be aware of at this time? With this knowledge, with these abilities, and with the consciousness that's on work on earth right now, and the trapping of it, what would they like you to know about your role in all of this? You interact with humans extremely well. You're a teacher by example, a leader by action. Just trust that your intuition is correct. People look up to you. You've had a hard life in this life for a reason. It's to hone you and to get to this point. You are here to help push it forward. Just being you, expressing all of your knowledge, truly connecting with your gifts. It just happens automatically. Is there anything they would like you to know about the projects that you may be doing in the future and how those may be designed to benefit the most amount of humans for the highest and greatest good? All of your ideas, all of your understanding of the metaphysical universe, express those ideas allegorically. You have the metaphysical knowledge plus the human knowledge because of your most recent incarnations. Unify. They like to give you some examples of how to allegorically share this information. For instance, humans love stories, but oftentimes they're full of tropes, and they're about the physicality of romantic love. Love, on a deeper level, supersedes all, showing examples of what love actually is, which is about selflessness, connection, allowance. What are some next steps that they would like you to take towards that path and that purpose? Use all of your life experiences with your photographic memory to draw from inspiration. It's exactly how you view your art, to pull from those anecdotes and mesh them with the concepts, the universal concepts. Use the color palettes of everything you know. All of those things are universal to all humans, all life. The information will be encoded on that. You understand this. When you meditate and you tap into this, it will be easier to see. They showed you at least 4 resets that happened and the reason for those, but they mentioned 7. Is there anything that they'd like to show you about the other 3? Each iteration has gotten better, but the 7th one didn't. The 7th one, there was a lot of ego inward, enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment, but with none of the connection. The other 2 don't matter because the 7th one was a failure. And are we in the 7th one or are we in the 8th one? We are in the 7th. We are in the 7th. That's why we're all here. Everyone needs help connecting. The ego is too prevalent. The knowledge is there. Everyone's starting to awaken with all of that. It's been forced. It has to happen. We have to connect. So, with a broader stroke, would they like to give information to the general population about the best things that they can do to cast their ego to the side and use this information that's available to them and to apply it to real life? Gratitude. But practically speaking, one act of unconditional kindness. And then when you perform this act, monitoring how your heart chakra feels, you'll feel the connection. If everyone did that, the world would change very rapidly. What if 100 people did that? What would happen? It could easily affect up to 100,000, maybe more depending on the strength of the intention and the strength of the heart chakra. The more base people that do it together, the growth is exponential. Everything is a matrix. The nodes on the matrix are affected. The more they vibrate, it's cascading. What would they like you to know about your upcoming trip to Europe and what you should do to prepare for it now? There's time right now to practice connecting to this information. There's an entire set of humans that you've never interacted with. Being on your best, the best version of yourself, is highly important. Okay, what would they like you to know about being the best version of yourself more often? Your heart chakra is more powerful than most. It's broader, wider, deeper, more resonant. When you don't meditate, it's in its worst possible state. Meditating every day, connecting to this, focusing on helping people, your heart expands. Daily practice with this, driving your car is meditation, walking outside is meditation, less screen time, more time being active. You will be very active while in Europe. If you practice all of this up until then, you'll be at your most powerful yet. Very good. Is there anything they'd like you to focus on while you're in Europe in particular? Enjoyment, living in the present, having an open heart, glow. They've mentioned reset several times, kind of wiping out of civilization. What would they like you to know today about that possibility for this 7th iteration? It won't be like any of the others. There, there are already people that have come off. It's not going to be like the others. There's already another place to go, a higher dimension. You access it in your dreams and some meditations. You're going to be here a while trying to help as many people. A lot of you are. The fate of this earth is yet to be determined. There's still more to do. What are some determining factors for the fate of this earth? The connection to the collective of humanity while not foregoing the ego and spiritual self. It's a difficult task, but one everyone's capable of. The collective has been ignored. There's some powerful people here on this planet that have tried everything. It's gotten dire. That's why there's so many of you here. Each one is as important as the next. That's why unconditional love, unconditional kindness, and gratitude are so important. It literally connects you in the physical universe. Once that connection reaches a certain threshold, either positively or negatively, the fate will be decided. What would they like you to understand about your sister and why it was important for her to leave when she did, where she might be now? By the way, his sister passed away. She's in a higher dimension. She was here cloaked. She was the most powerful one in your family. She was most pure inside the family's matrix. It had been eroded. This reconnected it. And where is she at now? The next iteration of Earth. Would they like to give you some glimpses into what that looks like? There's calm. There's a buzz. It's almost like an energy. I feel connected to everything. I don't feel any negativity at all. Everybody, there's not that many here, but they're all so peaceful. I don't see any buildings, and it just feels incredible. What is daily life like for people? What do they do with their time? The manipulation of energy to build, to grow, it's the perfect balance. It's like a playground, but a playground for what we would call psychic kinetic energy. It's a different way of life. It's a higher dimension. There's different rules. By pure intention, you can affect anything. That's what people are doing. It's there. There's so much fun and happiness and contentment. Would they like to tell you if you may be able to experience that someday? More work to do on earth for you. But that's where you want to be right now. Anyway, you can take a glimpse of this anytime. It's there for you. But you've got more work to do because that's what you want. What else would they like you to know about the work you still have to do? Anything they haven't already told you? Get out of your head and into your heart. A new phase. Trust the intuitive nudge, which you've always ignored. The most important thing, be in a place that inspires you daily, that gets you out of the house. It gets you into your creativity. It gets you into your heart chakra. It's the most important thing for this last phase of your life, the heart chakra. You're so focused on the third eye and crown. You need to focus on the heart. Anything, as long as you do that, you will succeed at. What would they like you to know about the health journey, the higher perspective that they have about your health journey, the pain, the lack of sleep, sciatica, carpal tunnel, gut issues, genetic abnormalities with your methylation? What would they like you to know about what's happening there and why? The body can only take so much, the physical human body. The solar energy, it's so powerful for you. It affects the physical body. Also, it makes you focus on the spiritual more. You're very limited in what you can do as you get older physically. Trust those limitations. They lead to everything else. Oh my God, I'm going to sneeze. Let me mute it just 1 second. Okay, it passed, I think. Okay. All right, let's see if I'm back. All right. Where did I leave? Oh my God, I gotta find my part now. Oh, yeah. You're very limited in what you can do as you get older physically. Trust those limitations. They lead to everything else. Having no limitations. Think about it like a speed limit. The body has a speed limit, but your soul doesn't. Do the things that make the body healthy, as limiting as they are, and everything else will be amplified or unlimited. Is there anything else that they would like you to know that you're currently not aware of or not doing that would make the body more healthy? Less caffeine, less stress, less kratom. Eventually, you'll need to get off all these compounds you need to eat, though. Eat the diet that was given to you in the genetic report. Caffeine is wreaking havoc. When you set out to when you set out to do oh yeah, when you set out to do and land wherever you land, make sure no caffeine is part of that. You don't need it. Sunlight. Get into the cycle of Mother Earth. Everything is about reconnection. And by the way, the genetic report, it sounds like that's probably an epigenetic report. Those are fascinating, by the way. You can get those done. You just send in a little bit of your saliva, and you get this full reading. You can sign up for different panels, but you get a full reading on what's going on with you and how your epigenetics are operating, what may be affecting you. This is something I took training in a long time ago, and it just was fascinating, absolutely fascinating. I don't offer that, but there are some amazing people out there who do. Becca Roses is one of those. She's amazing. Okay, back to it. What would they like you to understand about the reptilian being and how it may relate to your inner dragon? That is your inner dragon. That is your endless will of energy. It's a higher dimensional being. So the energy is more efficient. It's what allows you to have such strong will and an aversion to pain, the ability to push hard. It's there to help, and you are correct to respect it. Call on it anytime. What would be the benefit of calling on it at any time? To get any task done quickly and efficiently, to protect anybody, to stand up. It's connected. It's connected to the human impulse of instinct that gives you a leg up on the physical, material world. There are others. More than one person is trying to help you. You have a few. What would they like you to know about the reason you came back into this life with this family, this body, this time frame? Anything that you don't already know. The family needed more help than usual. That was one reason. But the main reason was where you would wind up physically on Earth's surface. The karma of where this family was already going to go, it made sense for you. You followed that plan so far. You have more control of the plan going forward. But everything you've done so far is planned. Would they like to tell you about where else you should go besides Europe, besides Montana? What else would be the best spot for you? Anywhere by water is most important, or Arizona, New Zealand, Japan, Thailand, a reconnection with past lives in the Adriatic Sea. Is there anything else that they would like you to know or they would like to show you today that would benefit you? Anything we haven't covered? No. And that is the end of our session. It's a bit shorter because I did trim it, trimmed out some of the things that weren't applicable to you as a larger population. And but beautiful, beautiful insights, beautiful information. I love that place. He gets to go there all the time, that crystal cave. and tap into all of that knowledge that's stored there about the earth and its civilizations and how it relates to him and where he's going now. And beautiful information. And I'm sure we all have a place like that, right? I take people to different places. I mean, it's not me taking them there. I'm just a guide, kind of holds their hand as they travel, right? And they go to places like this. Maybe it's not earthbound, maybe it's more etheric. And they tap in and they get all of this information. And when we talk to the guides that are there, the intelligence that is there, they tell the client, this is where you need to come back to all the time. Get regenerized, right? Get information. Come back here all the time and spread that information. So this is pretty cool to go to these places. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well out there. I hope you all have what you need. I hope that you have an abundance of health, love, joy, and of course, wealth, all of the things that you need in this life. I hope you have someone to love on and a family, and just know you're not alone. We're all a big family. I'm thinking about all of you out there all over the world and sending my heart, all the love out with you. I did a quick prayer for all of you before this session started. Anybody who was listening to this, I already did a prayer for you, hoping that this information would enter you and shift you in a way that spreads more kindness and love and ease out there in the world. We're all so connected. All right. You take care. And thank you for listening to this. I know it's a little shorter than my normal sessions, but I just wanted to share this with you all. All right. Take care and much love. And thanks again to my client.